All right, how you doing, comrade? What's your name and what's this all about?
I'm Minister Steve Ma'at, founder and chief elder of the Kemetic Safari Temple, Ma'at 9 Incorporated. Here we're at the Indie Farmers Hub. This is our member space, member cooperative space for our Indie farmers, black farmers around the state and around the city, where we can have a place to kind of share our wares and sell our wares without having to bear the whole weight of having to shop ourselves and paying the cost of that. We kind of share the cost. That's the benefit of the cooperative.
Yes,
So
sir.
in here we have everything. We can guarantee that our food is going to be fresh. Versus going to a supermarket or a grocery store where their logistics hooked up to where they might pick it 5 days or a week prior to you getting it. And we know that if you're not getting that food within 48 to 72 hours of being harvested, then it's really nutrient deficient. So here we want to be able to guarantee that and make our neighborhood and our community become the source for the food, for the good food that we need for our people.
Yes, sir. So I would like to ask you a quick question before you go into your demonstration. What's the importance of having sustainable agriculture?
Sustainable agriculture is important, but we go a step further with that. We concentrate and focus on regenerative agriculture, because sustainable just means to sustain things as they are. And we've been doing things wrong for too long to where if we kept it like it is, it'd be of no benefit. It'd be kind of asinine. So what we do is we regenerate. Regenerative agriculture means restoring, replenishing, and repairing damage that's been done. Because everything that we've done and how we're living is off of the benefit of the future of our children. So we always ask, well, how are the children, same as the Messiah warriors do? That kind of gives us a mindset, a reference of what we're doing, and what we're doing is actually for the good or for the detriment of our community. So
Yes,
if we keep that in mind on the resources that we use to sustain ourselves, then everything we do, it cannot be done to the detriment of the future generation. Because we can't say we love them and then do something that's going to cause an imbalance of harm to them at the same time.
Yes, sir. I see that you're very big also on urban gardens as well. Can you please explain what is your big interest in that?
Urban, because that's where most of our people are. We don't have a lot of, as far as land ownership goes, we're far and few between that have a lot of access to land ownership. So the idea is to be resourceful in where you at. In an urban environment, you can grow something. And our approach with regenerative urban farming is to actually bring the elements to our community to make our community the resource. So if you got a smaller space, you can grow more and with less in a smaller space. So our emphasis is being able to grow more food in less space using less resources.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, I guess we're going to get into your presentation, sir.
Yes,
what
sir.
you do.
This is some of the concepts that we work with. Our company is Ma'at Urban Agriculture and Industries, or MWA and I. And it's significant because Ma'at means the balance. On the side. Ma'at means truth, justice, honor, reciprocity, balance, and order. And that's what that stands for, and is represented by a woman, not to be of no spookism or to be like a actual person or a deity.
Yes, sir.
It represents a concept.
Yes, sir.
Which means the balance, the order, the truth, the justice, reciprocity.
Yes, sir.
That's what it means. So when we are out of balance, that's when life is disrupted as it is. So the sun is represented by the eye of Ra. So the significance in this is seeing Ma'at holding the eye and giving that calming gesture, that kind of embracing it and kissing it, saying, I'm going to restore the balance.
Yes.
So you have the double entendre on moi and I, moi being an onomatopoeia, or it sounds like the word moi, or the sound kiss. Moi and I, and us as Kemetic Safari, I and I, we say moi and I is also moi like me and I, or I and I, as in life, as in all. So the significance is to restore the balance to life, and then we won't feel the wrath that we feel from God or from the sun, from life itself, if we're in balance and in tune.
Yes,
so we bring and implement that in our community by teaching people how to be more regenerative and more resource conscious.
Mm-hmm. So go into a little bit more also these other things that you are doing on here on this.
These are what we call our hugelculture high-rise gardens. So we, instead of going into that soil or conventional farming, we'll actually build up and do our own soil. This technique is adapted from what was called hugelculture, which is a German word which means hill or mound culture. And they would dig into a hole, put tree trunks in, stumps, leaves, and pile up and have a hill afterwards. And in that hill, they would plant all their crops, and they would grow. And as that wood would break down, it holds, sequesters the moisture and the carbon and wicks, and you wouldn't have to even to water the food yourself. You can grow food in the desert using this technique. So what I did was took and incorporate that inside of a box.
Wow.
And we call it horticulture high-rise garden. And one of these pictures here will show you, this is my homestead, or my old homestead. It's an urban environment where the whole yard we use for growing food, producing food.
Wow.
Even all the way down the side in the backyard.
Wow.
You know? So you don't have to have acres and acres of land.
Right.
If we got a quarter acre here, or a little block here, a little block over there, collectively together we have a large farm.
Right.
So our idea and our concept is by incorporating or networking a group of small farms, we constitute a larger one. So we call it the Ma'at Urban Farm Network, or Muffin, MUFN.
Right.
You know, and that's what we're doing here, and this will be our muffin market where we actually sell our wares and communicate with our other growers in the city and get their wares over too.
Yes, sir. And another thing, I like your shirt.
Indeed.
Can you explain that one more time?
Yep. DJHEUTY is DJHEUTY, Ma'at is the feminine aspect, the spiritual aspect. DJHEUTY was the manifested form, the physical form, the sciences, the knowledge, the written word. That's what DJHEUTY represents. So our garden that we have, one of our gardens, we named it DJHEUTY Garden. That was a manifestation and the application of the Ma'at Kemetic principles.
Yes.
That's where we teach it and where we show and demonstrate how to apply these principles.
Yes, sir. I most definitely want to connect with you, comrade, learn more about agriculture, and also cultivate and inspire people to do more of that in the urban communities. But right now, you got those watermelons that I want to buy right now. How much you selling them for, comrade?
$12 a piece.
Okay.
Everything got to go today. We try and get them out of here. So
Okay.
$12, we got red, we got yellow, we got orange.
Okay, that's what we
Seeded
going to do.
watermelons.
All right.
I want to tell you too about our workshops. You know,
Yes, sir.
as part of our work we're doing is not just us trying to do it ourselves. We want to teach others, you know what I'm saying, how to make our, because we're stronger together.
Right,
So by
right.
teaching others how to apply these regenerative urban farming techniques, we can create a larger network.
Yes,
and
sir.
making our community the resource for these foods like the Benny Emo sweet potatoes, which is the purple sweet potatoes, Jerusalem artichokes, different types of peppers and different types of cultivars that are heirloom varieties that are natural. And then we show a way to grow things where you don't have to put a lot of work in. Pretty much you plant it and they grow on its own. And we use a lot of different techniques to actually make everything easy to appeal to the next generation to reduce farming. So
Yes,
we
sir.
have a deal with the USDA and Sarah Grant to actually teach our workshops to our people in our community.
Yes, sir.
And so what we're doing is, with that, we're doing a deal or a dance with the devil, because we know the history of what goes on with these organizations.
Yes, sir.
So what we're doing is kind of our own way, like judo. We're going to apply this and taking this the money or the access they give us to give this to our community and teach. But we're branding or taking back the definition of regenerative farming.
Yes, sir.
They want to make regenerative as a buzzword now. So they're trying to take it and make it marketable like they did with organic.
Right.
We can't let them do that because regenerative came from us.
Yes, sir.
It came from the original people. So with us, you know, we were growing things in season, eating in season, saving and harvesting our seeds, doing things like intercropping, and companion planting, you know, 3 citrus, things like this. Now it's become kind of trendy or marketable, and they want to take it and make it marketable or viable in a big agricultural or industrial setting, but that's not possible.
Right.
You can't do regenerative on mass scale. It's just not a way. It's not a way to do it, because you're trying to take food and make it a commodity. When food is life.
Right.
So when we put a price on food, we're putting a price on life.
Right.
And so when we do that, we negate, you know, humanity. And that's what we're trying to, with our community, by teaching our people and making us a resource in our community. If we got food abundant around us in our community, we won't suffer. We won't be without. And
Yes,
we
sir.
control that resource, so we're the go-to source for it. We
Yes,
don't
sir.
have to go without. And it starts with the food, but it's bigger than food.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I want to end it off with this last thing to say, and what I tell when I ask everybody, what is the importance of our unity as a collective of like-minded people or whatnot? What is the importance of us being unified and working on these initiatives, these types of initiatives and these type of activities?
As in what we're doing here with the cooperative, I was telling my comrade the other day that with a cooperative, you have to have cooperation. You have to be cooperative. That meaning that cooperation is an unselfish way attaining a goal that you otherwise can get single. You can get on your own.
Right.
So that's why we need one another to go further and to accomplish these things because we're stronger together.
Right. Right.
And that's the benefit of having a cooperative. We gotta go back to being more about the collective because when we got away into this culture makes us individualistic. So then we're worried about going and chasing the bag, and we'll neglect our family. We're going away from our family 8, 10, 12 hours out of the day, where our children need us. You know, they don't get the companionship. Our mate, they don't get the companionship. So if we can do things in our community to make ourselves more into the collective, more conscious of the collective, then we'll have more of we'll be more conscious and operate in a way that benefits us as a group.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for doing this interview.
Respect.
We're ready to work with you, brother. All right.